Hey, I'm Lexarito, and I'll be testing free drawing apps to see which one's better. So, let's do it.
This first app is called Sketchbook, and while I have used it in the past, I really do think that this drawing app is better for painterly drawings. However, I really like their pencils, and they remind me a lot of Procreate pencils. I really like their lasso tool. It doesn't affect the quality of the drawing very much and overall keeps the drawing pretty clean. With the line art, I wasn't the biggest fan of their dip pens. They weren't reacting like Procreate dip pens do, nor how real ones. They kept making it difficult to go in the right place, and I don't just mean in a calligraphy type of way. It just was not turning out very well, and I had to repeat the same lines too many times. With their fill bucket tool, it was honestly pretty annoying because even though I had the tolerance all the way up, when I would go to fill in the lines with a pen, it wouldn't work very well because it would leave white lines around the edges of where I would mark. Overall, I do think that this is a great app for beginner artists, and I loved it when I was just getting started. I would probably rate it a 8.3 out of 10, and definitely would recommend for someone who's looking for a pretty good quality free drawing app. Even though this drawing app is pretty good, I don't think that I really gave it its full go. I'm not the best at drawing bodies, and I'm still learning that, and I don't think that I did the best drawing that I could have to show this drawing app's skill. However, though, I still think that there are some things that this app could work on, and it has not really changed since I got it when I was younger. But here's the finished drawing. I hope you guys like it and should check out this drawing app. This next drawing app is called Drawing Pad and should not have been marketed as a drawing app in the first place. It was marketed as a drawing app for beginner artists and had really bad reviews, wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't have a layers tool and slacked off on the tools that it does have, making the pen have weird lines right next to each other, acting more like a stamp. While we're talking about stamps, it has a stamps and a sticker tool as one of the main tools, and I feel like that's just something that a child's drawing app would be. And while I know that they marketed as a beginner's drawing app, I feel like a beginner should not be limited to this amount. Again, they don't have layers, meaning that when I tried to do the line art, it was not working out in my favor. Also, since I didn't realize this at first, when I was trying to get a pen, it came turning out like this, like I said, with these weird lines right next to each other. So I ended up using this tool, which is shown as a pencil, but gives more of like a Crayola marker vibe. I don't know. It wasn't a full black and was showing a really bad quality, and I do not like it at all. After I had done the line art, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to color this. Because again, how they don't have layers, that means that I can't color underneath the line art layer, having me have to scribble on top of everything. This is why I started giving it a more freaked out face, because I hated this drawing app. And again, I think it should have been called a doodling app for kids, because this is more like a game than a professional drawing app. And while I'm not expecting high quality from a free drawing app, this just isn't one in the first place. This is worse than Whiteboard. I just do not recommend this app to anyone, and just, while it might not be wasting your money, it is definitely wasting your time. I was actually trying on this drawing at first, and as you can see, I was trying to color it in okay as well, but I eventually gave up and just started scribbling it, getting annoyed with this whole situation. I just don't want anyone to get this app, and I want you to be aware that there are much better free drawing apps, like the one before this and the one I'm going to show after. I just don't want anyone's time to be wasted, and I think that this app is just a complete bust and was not marketed as the actual of what it is. Here's the finished drawing anyway, and I'm not even gonna read it. This next app is called Ibs Paint. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I have used this app and still do on my phone all the time. This is my first time using it on my iPad, and I love it even more. While it's not as good as Procreate, I still think it is pretty great. It self-records so that when you're done with the drawing, you don't have to have a video where you're just zooming in and out. I'm not sure if this was also in Sketchbook. I could not find a way to save the video or the photo, but that might just be me messing up. I again really like their pencil tool, and it again reminds me of the pencils in Procreate. I also really like this one's line art, and it doesn't mess up as much as the Sketchbook one was, and was being more cooperative. Overall, I really like this app, and it has this thing where if you go to a layer underneath it, you can still fill in things that are from the above layer, which I think is a very great asset and is a wonderful thing to have in a drawing app, especially one that is free and free as a mobile app as well. It was really smooth, and unlike the other apps, it had pressure sensitivity with my Apple Pencil and was reacting very well. I really like how this drawing turned out, and I think that its tools that were shown were very helpful, and overall I really recommend this drawing app and would probably rate it a 9.4 out of 10. We don't even need to talk about how I rated the last app. I think everybody knows. Here's the finished drawing, and I personally really like it. This next drawing was not drawn on a free drawing app, however. I wanted to relate all these drawings to a Procreate drawing to see the difference. As you can see, this pencil is quite similar to the Sketchbook and the Ibs Paint pencil, and I think has a really good quality. And is really great if you're looking to draw with a stylus or Apple Pencil. Even though this drawing app is really good, there are some cons that I would like to say. While its fill bucket tool reacts very well to lines and is pretty good at filling, what it's not good at doing is being able to fill on the layer below on a layer that's on top. What I mean is how Ibs Paint was, if you had a layer underneath a line art layer, you would be able to fill in what was in the top layer. But what they do have is where you can fill in the entire drawing by inverting the outside colors and turning on the alpha lock and being able to not color outside the lines, which I also think is a really good feature. Overall, this app is really good, and I recommend it if you're looking to find a still cheap drawing app. This app was $10, and I really like it, so here's the finished drawing. I would rate this a 10 out of 10 and recommend for all artists of any skill level. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and like these drawings.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified when I make a new video. And like to see more videos like this.